After a lot of thought and a lot of prayer, and after a lot of consultation with my family, I have decided not to seek re-election to the Los Angeles City Council.
LA City Councilmember Mike Bonin made headlines with that announcement last week. Bonin has represented the Venice Beach area since 2013, and he became a lightning rod over his response to the homeless crisis in Venice and on LA's west side by refusing to use police to clear encampments. He narrowly avoided a recall election in the spring when his opponent's petition fell just 1,300 signatures short. Instead of running again, Bonin says he's focusing on his health and wellness. Kate Cagle sat down with Bonin in an exclusive interview where he opened up about a decades-long battle over depression. Kate, his announcement took a lot of people by surprise.
Well, Bonin's re-election campaign was full speed ahead, seeking and promoting endorsements, recruiting volunteers, and raising money until he abruptly pulled the plug. He's walking away from public office, but don't expect him to disappear.
Well, we can do party.
They say all politics is local, but the truth is you don't have to live anywhere near Venice Beach to have an opinion on Mike Bonin. One of LA's most progressive city leaders is a national lightning rod on the homeless crisis, as critics condemn encampments in his district and fans laud his personal connection to the issue.
I can't tell you how much turmoil there is in your heart when the sun is setting and you don't know where you can sleep.
Fans and foes alike, Bonin shocked them all last week
I have decided not to seek re-election.
with a sudden decision to walk away from public life.
You know, there's the old thing they tell you when you get on a plane, if the masks come down, cover yourself first and then your kid, because if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. And that metaphor resonated and applied in the situation.
The councilman, who's been open about his battles with homelessness and addiction, is now opening up about another demon, depression. Bonin says he first sought help more than a decade ago when his little sister Maureen lost her battle with cancer.
That was, I mean, I was deep. I was gone. I was emotionally dead to my husband. He was not my husband then, but live-in partner. I was just emotionally dead. It was like living with a ghost.
Later, his predecessor and mentor, the late Bill Rosendahl, also died of cancer. Recently, Bonin put all his energy into fending off a recall attempt last year. And when the attempt failed, he took stock of his life and decided it was time for a change.
I just had not felt happy and energized by the job in the last couple of years, and that really was a heavy weight that sort of made the depression a lot heavier.
Your detractors say that this is about electability, that the recall failed but still got nearly 26,000 signatures, and that this is a way for you to bow out on your own terms.
If I were going to do that, I don't know that I would have done it in a way that necessitated a very uncomfortable confessional or testimonial about mental health. I just would have said, I'm out of here. It ain't worth it. I was actually feeling pretty good about re-elect. I knew it would be a fight. I didn't have a fight my first two elections. I knew this would be a fight, but that actually got me sort of motivated. Like, that was the high point of my day when I could engage in that.
With Bonin's departure, homeless advocates and progressives lose a reliable vote on the city council. But Bonin doesn't plan on disappearing from the conversation.
Moving somebody from in front of an elementary school to a block away to the sidewalk the kid walks onto elementary school doesn't do anything to help the person who's living in the tent and doesn't help the kid going to school.
Bonin says he's ready to spend more time with his son and family. He expected to feel regret about this decision. Instead, he feels relief. Bonin will finish out his current term that ends in January of next year, and there's still time for people to get in the race to represent LA's West Side. The filing deadline, though, is in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, Kate, you know, it's been a sort of rocky time for Bonin. You talked to him about the recall, but there's also these personal attacks that got pretty vicious in some cases. Did he talk about that and how that factored into his depression at all?
Yeah, he talked about the vitriol. In fact, he said that actually galvanized and energized him. But he said social media has made holding elected office so much harder. You're not just battling with the press and legacy media, but also Facebook groups and Nextdoor and Twitter attacks. It's all very dispersed, and it's hard to kind of get a hold on a consistent narrative.
Yeah, a lot of this is what just comes with the territory of being a politician these days. It's really amazing that he opened up to you about it. Kate, thank you for bringing us the conversation.